So I had my first downhill race, and I figured while I wash my bike, I'll go over some of the things that I learned. There's a few. Thank you to Russell, Allegheny Gnar, and everybody that put on that event. It's a real grassroots downhill race. We had a ton of fun. Since we are local, me and my dad spent a lot of time. It was also his first downhill race. He's 60 years old and he wanted to try it out. We spent a lot of time up at the course itself, training all the time, and that's one of the things I want to talk about is realistic expectations. We had no idea how these events are ran, what the process is. We just kind of winged it to get in there and registered online, that kind of stuff. And so we were up there a lot. We made a ton of progress with our riding. Like, we never really got into jumping or anything like that. And by the time the race came, we were hitting the doubles and really progressing. And having that time with him and experiencing that whole process was, man, I'm really grateful for that. That was probably the biggest accomplishment out of this whole thing. So as I got closer and closer to race time, like the race day, man, the nerves in me were really building up. And I think I put some unrealistic expectations on myself. I wanted to do good, obviously, but I thought that I could do better than apparently what my skill level was. Which is, we all do that. We all do that. We all hope to do a certain thing a certain way, and no matter what it is. And this time, the pressure I put on myself was immense, which was crazy because it was my first race. Never done downhill, but I wanted to. I don't know if it was like prove myself to other people, or there was a lot of I wanted to prove myself to myself. I 39 years old. I just wanted to. I didn't know if I thought that I was going to go in and just shred it, but so anyway, myself in particular got really nervous with the race coming up. The week of, which was last week, I was really freaking out on my, like, I'd go to work and that's all I'd be thinking about is like, what if this happens? What if I don't? What if I make a fool of myself? What if I get hurt? I mean, that was a big thing. What if I crash, have to go to the hospital, and just the embarrassment, like, I got real nervous. And hindsight, I shouldn't have. We went there. There were some pros there, so it was kind of intense for them. But for the most part, everybody was super chill. Everybody was having a good time. They had a couple goofy races there, like a 4X downhill race where 4 people would race at the same time, bracket style. That looked pretty fun. A lot of people did that. A lot of carnage. A lot of wrecks. A lot of laughs. And I think that was the most surprising thing about that was like how chill it was there. In my head, I had it built up like some super serious UCI, whatever. But it was not like that at all. It was, I wouldn't say a party, but it was a lot of camaraderie, a lot of hanging out, which was super cool to see. A lot of those guys have been going there for a couple years, racing that race, and everybody was cool, everybody was chill, and that was refreshing. So the nerves were, for that aspect of it, the old, like, you know, oh, you know, hopefully I do good in front of these people, like, that was unwarranted completely. Those people, no matter how you did, they supported you. Nervous for crashing and getting hurt. That was like one of the biggest things for me. I was super nervous about getting hurt, but I wanted to do good, be fast. So I think you really gotta really analyze your situation and assess where you need to be to keep your nerves in check. Like, really be realistic about what you're doing. If it's, you know, if you're running a pro race or something and you have sponsors and I mean, I'm sure that's a whole other animal when it comes to performing. But if it's just a fun race or something you want to do, try out or anything like that, you probably shouldn't put such high expectations on yourself if it's your first time. We had one of the biggest things that I knew it was an issue, but my cardio and endurance was absolutely trash. And that's something I didn't work on. I was too focused on getting down fast on non-race day, and I didn't take into account for elevated heart rate during the race, having the nerves elevate your heart rate and changing your cardio up. I didn't take into account for that, and I didn't take into account for just how much energy it drains you to be nervous. So I really struggled with the cardio, and it's very apparent. I'll show the video of the race at the end here, but it's very apparent that I didn't focus on my cardio and endurance. It's, you know, I should have known that it was going to be that difficult, and it was going to play a factor in it, but I just guess completely disregarded that. And man, it's not just your breathing, and it's not just that, man. Your arms and legs get burnt out so quick, and that's something that I didn't really fully understand until I was on course. We practiced a good bit on the day before and race day, and it was nothing like when we hit the real thing. But we got down the hill, and I'll show you in the video that I actually crashed. I ended up crashing, and just a stupid mistake on my part. Just went a little too hard and got into some off-camber stuff, and it just ended up slipping out and crashing. But that crash, it was really hard on me. When I was standing there waiting for the shuttle back up at the end, I didn't really know my time. I know that other people had a hard time getting down too, but I had no idea what my time was, and I was really beating myself up. And that's something that I wish I wouldn't have done. Everybody else was having a good time, laughing. Yeah, like this was fun, you know, this is sick. And I was in my own head. And that wasn't a good place for me to be. I don't think it's a good place for anybody to be. I should have taken that I accomplished getting down. I entered a downhill race and I accomplished getting down the hill I did not get hurt during the crash. And that's a big accomplishment. And I should have focused on that. Instead I was focused on, I don't know, I didn't do what I set out to do, because I thought I was going to, you know, be at least competitive. It's just the competitive nature of humans. But the one thing the one positive thing that I took away from all this was, man, I had a ton of fun hanging out all weekend with my dad and my brother, just us three at the race, doing something that we love and enjoying an experience that we've never had before together. And that was pretty incredible. A lot of laughs, a lot of hanging out. And you're kind of just nervous together. Just being nervous together, which was something that I didn't expect that I would take note of. But yeah, so don't be so hard on yourself if you enter a race and you don't perform the way you wanted to. If you're not a professional, it's not really that big of a deal. It's all for fun. So just get out there, have fun, do what you love.
10 seconds. 5, 4.
into going.